There are a whole bunch of distractions when you're driving, and modern cars have lots of gizmos in them, sat-nav and so on, and TV and whatever, but the rising distraction at the moment is the mobile phone. Because the mobile phone is now no longer just a telephone, it's whatever you want it to be. It's a keypad, it's a television, it's your email, it's a computer, it's any number of things. So in fact, it's a major distraction now because you can't just use it, you can't just listen to it, you have to look at it. People tend not to use Bluetooth connections, people tend to not use earpieces, they drive along holding them, looking at them. It's really a major distraction, and it's been statistically proven to be the source, or the reason if you like, for many, many accidents in countries around the world. Even if you're using a phone hands-free, you're at greater accident risk by a factor of 4 times because your mind is thinking about the phone call. If you're hand-holding something or putting it to your ear, there's a greater risk. If you're texting, it's an even greater risk. In other words, you're becoming detached from the driving process. You're just in the car and the world's going on around you. Your mind, because you've told it to do so, is concentrating on the phone and not on the outside world. It's only when you decide to look up from the phone, your brain kicks in again and brings in all the peripheral vision and starts looking at what's going on. It might be too late then. One of the simplest ways to describe it is it takes the edge off your observation for a start. When you're following in traffic, cars go faster, cars go slower, all that judgment, that depth and spatial perception goes. When you're using a phone, you're just in a car using a phone. You're almost as much of a passenger as the person sitting beside you, which I find quite frightening. I think simulators offer quite a real perspective of driving. Your body physiologically doesn't pick up on the movement that you'd have in a car, which you feel through your body, which you feel through your ear canals and so on, the accelerative forces. But your mind deduces the streetscape in a very similar way. I guess it's probably, with the simulators that we use here, you're probably getting something like a 70 to 80% representation of driving. But in terms of how a phone or a smartphone will affect your ability to drive, they do provide a very accurate representation, because if you're going to go off the road in a real car, you'll go off the road in a simulator in just the same way. I just wish people were as interested in road safety and keeping themselves, families and pedestrians safe as they are about the radios fitted in the car, or whether it's got leather seats or whatever. Safety surely must come first and foremost.